and Arthur Ashe. And we are ready for an exciting match. Taking a look at each of the players as they continue to warm up here. We're just a few moments away from the beginning of the finals in a week of really some excellent tennis, Arthur.
You're right, and this is John's last match this year, and taking a quick look at how much money is involved, the champion, $150,000, and it goes down 2 layers in $50,000 increments to the quarterfinalists who took home $25,000 apiece. Not bad. And this is how John McEnroe got to the finals here in the round robin foursome. Defeated Lendl 6-4, 7-5, Gilbert 6-1, 6-2, Wielander 6-4, 6-3. He's getting married next month, incidentally, month after next, and he lost to Becker in 3 sets, as we previously described.
And Boris, of course, began his week with that victory over John on Tuesday night. He was upset by Brad Gilbert, beat Mats Wielander on Friday, then the semifinal victory, an easy straight set win over Yannick Noah 6-4, 6-3. Now, here's a fact that really jumps out at you, Arthur.
It's a power stat.
We're talking power here, aren't we?
Yes. We're talking a total of 64 aces between these two players this past week. That's 16 games, folks.
John McEnroe, when he talks about Boris Becker, says, yeah, I respect him. He's for real. In fact, he says he's more poised than I was when I was 19, but he says, I don't think we'd have as good a match as Boris thinks we would when I'm at the top of my game.
Right. Well, obviously, John thinks that right now he's not quite at the top, and he would have liked to have played Boris Becker when he was at the top, say, a year ago. But now he gets his chance. Here we go.
John McEnroe to serve.
As he did yesterday, John is serving from the deuce court, halfway between the center service mark and the baseline and the sideline, not serving near the center of the court.
McEnroe netting the backhand.
Getting the basics out of the way here, John McEnroe plays with one of the most loosely strung rackets of any of the top players. We're talking in the high 40s, low 50s for string tension versus high 60s for Boris Becker. Oh, miss-hit forehand, love 30.
John at the net. Couldn't quite connect there.
Don't think it was because of the lights. The lighting here is excellent here in the Omni at Atlanta, Georgia.
Love 30.
Boris would love to get a quick break and then no fears about holding it. Good call. That was wide of the mark. No protest from John.
John had 5 double faults last night in the match against Ivan Lendl, yesterday afternoon, I should say.
And 3 very early in the match. Oh, well
placed from Boris.
Becker waited until the last minute, flicked it cross-court for a winner. John was rightly covering it down the line as he flicks his forehand cross-court, now covers it down the line, and is caught the other way. Love 40. John yet to get on the board. Look at him lunging for that backhand cross-court by Becker.
So Becker a chance here in the first game to break McEnroe. Triple break point.
A little head fake there.
Little head fake. McEnroe lets it fall wide. And it's 15-40.
It's a tennis version of juking, I guess. What the running backs do in the NFL.
Well, that's the one thing about McEnroe in that match against Lendl yesterday, how loose he was.
He was loose.
The ace. McEnroe came up with 18 aces and service winners in the first match against Becker on Tuesday night. to come back, and we're at deuce.
He's taking his time. But I've seen him do that so many times. It doesn't surprise me. Then again, he's playing Boris Becker, who's potent on the return.
Not that time.
Advantage, McEnroe.
Becker, for his part, refuses to stand back when he's being challenged by a serve. He's just going to stand his ground about a foot behind the baseline.
John McEnroe looked like Becker would break him in the first, but he holds serve. McEnroe comes back strong. Two-time Wimbledon champion Boris Becker, his first service game of this match. Becker captured a remarkable 88% of the points on Tuesday night when he got the first serve in play.
Well, inauspicious start for this year's Wimbledon champion.
Double fault. There's the ace.
Well, evens that up.
Sure does. Becker had 17 aces and service winners in that match Tuesday night. Watch this thing just sizzle.
Right down the middle.
Becker puts away McEnroe's lob.
And that is where I think Becker is deceptively good. As big as he is and as young as he is, he's able to get backpedal about as well as anybody on the tour. And that's what I mean, Corey, by consistency. When I put up the things that I think match these two players, Becker is prone to making that loose, unforced error like that. His coach, Gunter Bosch, is trying to get him to cut it down, but that's just the way he plays. That's his approach to playing tennis.
30 all. Becker at the net. Drop shot, perfect. Boris Becker has won 6 Grand Prix titles this year, including, of course, his second straight Wimbledon title. So Becker evens it at 1 game apiece, holding serve. Does Becker have the strongest serve overall?
I think he does right now. I think the players would agree that Becker's serve is the fastest in terms of sheer speed.
But McEnroe is the most efficient?
Yes. I think they'd still say McEnroe had a better overall serve. Some players would dispute that, though, I'm sure.
How did that happen, Arthur?
That's an aberration.
I think so.
But then again, that's, again, has led to his downfall every once in a while, but not too often. Oh, yes, caught him leaning the other way.
The ace, his second of the match. Now, is that something, an inconsistency you're talking about, that will evaporate as he grows older?
One would hope so, unless he, of course, wins with the style of play he has, and he's going to keep doing it.
30 love.
40.
That's where John wants to serve to Boris in the deuce court, right at him. He doesn't want to give Boris any room to swing at the ball because he exerts tremendous leverage when he can extend his arms, either way, the forehand or backhand.
It's long on the backhand, so McEnroe holds serve. He leads it 2-1 in the first set.